2018 DS7 Crossback SUV Review. The good points of DS7 Crossback SUV. Decent ride quality and safe handling in the majority of situations. Some in the cabin materials are certainly pleasing. Reasonable array of diesels and petrols, but no hybrid until 2019. Stands right out of the crowd, with lots of kit. The bad points of DS7 Crossback SUV. Hefty price and PC please costs. Screen-based controls lag behind premium rivals systems. Little brand kudos, which implies resale values could suffer. Refinement lags behind rivals. This may be the DS7 Crossback, the primary in a wave of 6 models said show up in the French premium brands lineup by 2023. For people that hoped the marque might launch an extravagant saloon from the spirit from the original Citroën DS, then remain low-sling 4 doors arriving. But for now, topping the numbers an SUV and be confident. Furthermore, it will be the only one within the DS range. But SUVs sell, and then sell well. Audi, BMW and Mercedes-Benz can't make an adequate amount of their premium offerings in order to meet demand, and PSA DS's automotive parent group wants a sheet of that action. Consequently, the DS7 Crossback is created for the sort of folks who might want a posh crossover such as the want to go with the obvious choice. Watch, Quirky Crossovers Group Test. Buy, DS7 Crossback SUVs available for purchase. DS7 Crossback, determining baby gender, and what's it down against? Think with the DS7 Crossback being a plush SUV that accompanies an Audi Q5-sized cabin, and you can buy it at Q3 prices. It's not cheap, though. Priced from around £28,000 to in excess of £43,000, it is not cheap, and cars like the Ford Edge or Kia Sorento seriously undercut it, even though the top of the product range models are Maserati Volvo XC60 money. Because with this slightly unusual positioning, DS Automobiles reckons that this car's closest rivals include the similar-looking Lexus NX, the Mercedes-Benz GLA and BMW X1 in addition to the popular Audi. As such, it is a car that will impress, and provide something in addition to its well-in-top position. Does it have what it requires? As a package, it can do what a typical large SUV should. You get 2 rows of seats for 5 passengers, as there are plenty of room back and front, although footwork for those inside back is compromised by low-sit front seats. You can even recline both outer seat backs electrically within the up-spec models. The boot is often a decent size, at 555 liters together with the rear seats up, or 1,750 together stowed flat. The tailgate is electrically operated. DS7 Crossback specs, engine choices. Available in elegance, performance line, prestige and ultra prestige versions. You'll be able to pick from the subsequent engines and transmissions for the DS7 Crossback. Bluety 130 diesel manual. Bluety 180 diesel automatic. PureTech 180 petrol automatic. PureTech 225 petrol automatic. The Bluety 130 is really a 1.5-liter engine, which passes EU 6.2 regulations, which will eventually replace all 1.6-liter diesels over the entire PSA range. An entry-level 3-cylinder PureTech 130 petrol will join the number in late 2018, while a 300-horsepower plug-in hybrid PHEV version referred to as ETANT will track in summer 2019 using a projected price tag of £65,000. All models are front-wheel drive, independent of the upcoming hybrid, that could have electrically powered rear wheels for improved traction on slippery surfaces. Given the profusion of four-wheel drive rivals in this particular market and price sector, this is really a disadvantage for everyone who regularly tows or uses a modicum of off-road capability. What's the DS7 Crossback like inside? The dashboard is dominated by twin 12.0-inch screens, one inch front with the driver, the other from the center in the dash. From there, you are able to control all aspects in the infotainment, climate control, navigation and driver aids. There is another bank of switches below the screen for some from the more commonly used controls. Both are crisp and clear, and it is possible to fault their clarity. However, despite having several display modes, that the instruments are displayed in front in the driver means you are able to have a nice, big bank of old-school dials. This is really a shame since it is reasonably user-friendly and pacey, but nevertheless not a patch on any in the Volkswagen Group opposition. We'd love to see more physical controls, for instance BMW's iDrive or Audis MMI, to back up the touchscreen. The collection of materials is impressive, though, with plenty of care lavished for the quality on the leather and suede that's used. Almost every touchpoint feels pleasant, and also the use of quilted leather with the seats and padded armrests can be quite appealing. Clever utilization of upmarket materials inside. It feels modern and welcoming. But it's not all good news. DS has clearly tried too difficult to give it a distinctive, bespoke feel. Areas for example the center console switchgear, pop-up BRM clock, and the one's instrument graphics are overstyled and contrived. This is really a shame, since it lacks the understated elegance with the Volvo XC60 or Audi Q3, as an example. There's fashionable lack of quality in some with the commonly used switches. The branded start-stop button feels cheap and wobbly, and also the scroll buttons possess a little excessive lost movement inside them. Niggles, perhaps, and not what that cost in excess of £40,000. But you can report that it's very roomy, both front and back. The driving position is a useful one, the seats are happy, as well as the rear can be a pleasant location to spend time. Just watch out for your optional glass sunroof, which significantly impacts rear headroom for taller passengers. A lighting techfest. A real party piece with the DS7 Crossback is its lighting system, standard fit within the performance line, prestige and ultra-prestige models as well as an option within the entry-level elegance. Traditional bulbs are banished and is overtaken by LEDs and their active beams that swivel 180° start up inside an unusually arresting routine. Lost your car in the car park? The beams provide light for and perform a merry dance, strobing that may help you locate your vehicle or settling to your deep purple glow. On the move, they massage the beam fit around to suit environmental surroundings, weather and type of road. Further technical innovations include night vision, a 14-speaker stereo, acoustic replacement windows and a new adhesive used within the factory along with welding, giving the crossover a rigid and quiet structure, to enhance refinement, safety and handling. What's the DS7 Crossback wish to drive? Reflecting the fact SUV buyers don't necessarily want the last word in driver involvement, DS Automobiles has dialed in the fair level of comfort. Central to this would be the company's active scan suspension system, which runs on the forward-facing camera to watch the street and tune the auto's suspension and damping to cope together with the surface accordingly. Drive it from the city, and yes, it doesn't initially believe that soft. But since the speeds rise, the feeling of comfort grows, especially on undulating motorways and roads. It's not consistently fluid inside the way it behaves. There are a number of times when you feel the suspension switching from soft to firm to deal with sudden surface changes. In corners, it generally feels flat and stable. However, the steering lacks precision and consistency of weight and feedback, so that you never feel as confident when you should visiting a corner you perhaps entered straight away. It's not just a driver's car in every sense on the word, which because of the suspension technology that's gone in it, is often a little disappointing. The DS7 Crossback's adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist are very effective, using the steering assist feeling natural, and distances being maintained in the very natural feeling way. The verdict. The DS7 Crossback is often a car that's good in places, and annoying in other people. Although the overall styling is SU generic, there is certainly some nice detailing around the outside, like the LED headlamps, plus the well-resolved tail lights. It's roomy inside, the trim materials are tastefully chosen, and it also feels suitably upscale. In short, DS proceeded to go some way towards delivering luxury as it promised, with one or two rough edges to sort. On the street, the DS7 Crossback's active scan suspension strategy is able to deliver a relatively comfortable, well-controlled ride coming from all surfaces, without resorting to excessive body roll inside the corners. Much in the time it feels composed and relaxed. However, in town or on some broken surfaces, that air of serenity is sadly lacking. It's also less refined than we expected, with engine and wind noise falling short in the best at college. But it's against some very tough rivals, and it is far from cheap. Although we suspect it is just a grower you could possibly love it more with familiarity, we are able to help but think it's a way short with the out-of-the-box excellence that's needed to persuade SUV buyers to ditch their Audis, BMWs and Mercedes-Benzes. It's a left-field choice, but definitely not outstanding enough for making the plunge to DS well worth the effort. DS7 Crossback Review. From launch, the DS7 Crossback was offered that has a choice of 3 engines, 2 diesels plus a single petrol. We've driven the Blue D180 diesel in manual form, plus the PureTech 225 petrol in automatic form. The Blue D130 is definitely an all-new 1.5-liter engine, passes EU 6.2 regulations, and continues sale at the start of 2018. This engine will in the end replace all 1.6-liter diesels throughout the entire PSA range, but for your moment, is just offered across a tiny selection. We will report back driving impressions of the car after we get hold of one. A 300 horsepower hybrid version referred to as Etans follows in mid-2019, but it is petrol and diesel only from launch. All models are front-wheel drive, independent of the upcoming hybrid, which includes electrically powered rear wheels for improved traction on slippery surfaces. DS7 Crossback diesel versus petrol refinement as well as the Blue D180 in automatic form is punchy, and has what you want. It is usually far too vocal. Flick the drive mode switch into sport, and its particular exhaust note is amplified unpleasantly. We're not sure why. Performance is adequate, having a 0.62 miles per hour use of 9.9 seconds, as well as a maximum speed of 134 miles per hour. However, the engine lacks refinement. We'd recommend you allow it in Eco or Comfort mode, relax, and attempt to enjoy the ride. We also drove the PureTech 225 in 8-speed automatic form. Also, it's smooth and refined at low speeds, and accelerates impressively at motorway speeds. Like the diesel, in sport mode, the exhaust note is amplified artificially, nevertheless it rarely sounds or feels as sporty as the power output indicate. Performance is significantly livelier versus the diesel, Therefore you'll enjoy taking advantage of it, even though it's not actually much quicker as opposed to diesel. The 0.62 miles per hour time is 8.3 seconds and maximum speed is 141 miles per hour, but official fuel intake of 48.7 miles per gallon is lower as opposed to diesel's 57.6 miles per gallon. Of the pair, it's expected more and more UK buyers will plump for that diesel on financial grounds. However, the petrol version is a lot more satisfying to operate a vehicle, due to its additional refinement. But are both more best for cruising, which works hand in hand with all the DS7 Crossback's laid-back character. Although SUVs generally aren't bought by people looking with the most exciting handling, the majority are confident in Benz. The same is true with the DS7 Crossback, which shares its basic platform and suspension setup with all the excellent Peugeot 3008. In this situation, you are looking at a car that's biased towards comfort, and thus, by far the most you're gonna say around the DS7 Crossback is the fact it's capable in corners, and won't do just about anything silly. It's not only a driver's car, though. The steering is just too light and lacks precision, which leaves you feeling a tad detached from the highway, even if it is safe and secure. And the upshot is always that you won't feel which the DS7 Crossback occasion to excite you. As such, and considering the suspension technology that's gone engrossed, along with the heritage from the brand, this is really a little disappointing. But for all those drivers trying to find a neat handling, undemanding, comfortable family SUV, the DS7 Crossback puts within an acceptable performance. The DS7 Crossback's interior majors on luxury. The French manufacturer will be for a haute couture try looking in keeping with exactly what it describes to be a Parisian procedure for materials and trim. This traditional approach is nearly at odds together with the high-tech interior, which is definitely the driver using a sizable 12.0-inch TFT screen rather than a set of dials. That instrument panel is flanked by a likewise large infotainment screen, which such as the DS7 Crossback's cousin, the Peugeot 3008, controls rather too many from the car's functions. Thankfully, the lending company of switches under the screen bring additional functions, although rather such as DS3, most of these can be counterintuitive. The driving position is a useful one, and when acclimatized, the controls work effectively. The cruise control and audio systems are adjusted by chunky stalks when driving, greater than buttons about the spokes, when you've figured out that they work. For those accustomed to Peugeots and Citroëns, nothing concerning the DS7 Crossback will feel alien or unusual, just more luxurious. With a reputation like DS, and with all the heritage that has behind it, it's actually not unreasonable should be expected this car to become comfortable choice. On the whole, the DS7 Crossback doesn't disappoint, having a suspension setup that's tuned for comfort on rougher roads, and cost-setting high-speed ride. In town and city, the DS7 Crossback is comfortable, nonetheless it's not even close to the magic carpet that you receive on smooth motorways. To get the most beneficial out with the car for comfort lovers, should it be fitted with active scan suspension, get forced out in standard mode, because it will watch the counter head and adjust the damping accordingly. The front seats are certainly excellent, supportive, well-shaped and incredibly well padded, so most drivers will see a comfortable and commanding position. In the rear, you have adjustment, and acres of room. Standard DS7 Crossback equipment. The DS7 Crossback comes in 4 forms, however, there will be regular special editions positioned on a regular basis. DS Automobiles state that these specials will likely be offered over a time, as opposed to production number, limited basis, The 4 regular models offered add some elegance, performance sport, prestige and ultra-prestige versions. Even the so-called entry-level elegance version is generously equipped. This means that those investing in a regular version are hardly gonna feel shortchanged. The elegance model comes while using following equipment as standard: hill start assist, trailer stability control, cruise control with speed limiter, active safety brake, lane departure warning, speed limit recognition warning, driver attention warning, rear parking sensors, remote control central locking with deadlocks keyless start, remote tailgate opening with key defrosting door mirrors, automatic AC, automatic windscreen wipers, multifunction onboard trip computer 8.0-inch touchscreen, Bluetooth hands-free and media streaming with USB socket, Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, DAB digital radio, DS Connect box, emergency and assistance system, acoustic and tinted rear windscreen, automatic lights, LED front fog lights with cornering light function. Performance line models add this equipment: 19-inch diamond cut alloy wheels, DS active scan suspension, LED headlights with higher beam assist, rear lateral and curtain airbags, electrically folding door mirrors with DS LED spotlight, Alcantara dashboard and door panels with stitching, dark tinted rear windows, 12.0-inch HD touchscreen, 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster DS Connect Nav, voice recognition, front central armrest with storage. Prestige models add this equipment: reversing camera, advanced safety pack, active blind spot detection, lane keeping assist, extended traffic sign recognition, driver attention alert, premium leather tire, BRMR 180 clock, Claudia and Napa leather dashboard, automatic follow me home lighting, full LED ambient interior lighting, wireless charging for smartphone, heated front seats with massage function for front seats, ventilated front seats, keyless entry and initiate, electric seats pack, electric driver and passenger seats, electrically foldable rear seats backrest with central armrest. Ultra prestige models add the subsequent equipment: 20-inch diamond cut alloy wheels, remote tailgate opening with key and hands-free locking, electric room door mirrors, easy access pack, remote tailgate opening with key with loaded arm access, art black basalt Napa leather dashboard and door panels with pearl stitching, electric opening panoramic sunroof with LED lighting, premium hi-fi system, DS connected pilot, adaptive cruise control with stop and go, lane keeping assist, DS urban pack, DS park pilot automatic only, DS park assist 6-speed automatic and manual versions, 360-degree camera, DS7 Crossback, optional extras. Cars sold to order using the following options: advanced traction control, grip control, 18-inch Geneva black onyx diamond cut alloy wheels, mud and snow tires 400 pounds, tow bar 600 pounds, DS active scan suspension 1000 pounds, DS connected pilot 650 pounds, advanced safety pack, active blind spot detection, lane keeping assist, extended traffic sign recognition, driver attention alert 875 pounds. DS connected cam 400 pounds. Front parking sensors 150 pounds. Reversing camera 450 pounds. DS Urban Pack, DS Park Pilot, 360 Vision 1050 pounds. DS Urban Pack, DS Park Assist, 360 Vision 1050 pounds. Aluminium Sport Pedals 50 pounds. Electric Seats Pack, electric driver and passenger seats, electrically foldable rear seats backrest with central armrest. DS Night Vision Pack, DS Night Vision, 360 Vision dark tinted rear windows. Laminated back and front windows. The DS7 Crossback scored a maximum rating of 5 stars when crash tested by Euro NCAP in 2017. There can be a raft of safety kit available including sets from Lane Keep Help You automatic emergency braking. Most models feature active LED headlamps, which prevent drivers from dazzling oncoming traffic by switching between main and dipped beam automatically. Blind spot assistance, which ensures you keep the car to use lane on multi-lane roads. Driver attention assist, which gauges perhaps the driver is remaining alert, are sold. Optional grip control offers greater safety for winter driving and handling muddy or cold and wet terrain. This traction control system helps you to maximize the grip your vehicle has, with some other settings ensuring the maximum chance of keeping moving around the respective terrain. No four-wheel drive option before the hybrid model arrives in mid-2019. It doesn't feel too big to manage about the road, though. Then when it comes to parking in a very tight spot, a good amount of assistance systems, for example parking sensors and cameras assist with provide a clearer picture of what's occurring around you. The DS7 Crossback is really a practical family car, of course, if you take it at face value to be a premium choice inside the market. It's roomy to the cost, in comparison with rivals, for example the Audi Q3 and BMW X1. Inside, you'll savor huge storage involving the seats, thanks to your massive lidded cubby, while a few pair of cup holders situated front on this, plus usefully sized door bins. The glove box is within the small side, however. The size on the DS7 Crossback is greater than average to the premium crossover class. It's larger as opposed to Audi Q3, but it really is using a part while using likes from the Volvo XC60, which costs more cash. The DS7 offers up one on the largest boots to use class. With the rear seats in place plus the adjustable boot floor to use lowest position, a tremendous 555 liters of space is accessible. It's very easy to tumble the seats down, increasing ability to 1,752 liters.